So recently we completed this project at the church that we flipped our lobby, which is about a little shy of 1,500 square feet. And we totally flipped the thing in 6 days. And it required 16-hour days. We were working from 8 o'clock in the morning till midnight every night. Tons of people came in running in different shifts, signed up to just jump into this project and make it happen. And they would come in waves. And so somebody would come and they would work for 2 to 4 hours and they would leave, and then a few more people would show up, and this was just happening all week. And so I was like exhausted as I led, the project and put the project plan together. Believed that we could do it, but knew what was ahead of us it was a challenge. But each time a different wave of people would come in, and then the next day there would be a different wave, and then people were signing up as the project was going. They could sign up online, so I wouldn't even know when somebody new would be coming in, and it was so surprising to see some of the people who showed up to help pull the project off. And so it was fun for me, because when I moved to Overland Park to plant this church, relaunch it, get it in a healthy place, there weren't very many people here. And one of my areas of giftedness is just to kind of motivate people to rally behind a cause. But it's difficult to lead when you don't have anybody to motivate. And so one might hear that and look at, maybe you're trying to build a ministry yourself. Maybe you're trying to build a business. Maybe you're trying to work on accomplishing some goals in your family, around your home, buying a new home, remodeling your home, or just connecting with people and building relationships. And those things, you can get discouraged because you're so mindful of the vision that's behind motivating you to accomplish whatever the task may be, the mission itself. And so Jesus, or the Word Jesus talked a lot about seed, and the Apostle Paul talked a lot about seed. And he says in 2 Corinthians, "Now he who supplies the seed to the sower and bread for food will also supply and increase your source of seed and will enlarge the harvest of your righteousness." So I think what we do is we hear that, enlarge the harvest of your righteousness. He's going to enlarge it if I'll just sow. But I think there's some wisdom in going, okay, there are some really cool stories out there. There's the stories of a life church. They plant a campus and boom, that thing just grows and blows up. Other ministries that I'm familiar with that just have instant success. And I think that's awesome. I love to see the Lord move that way. And if I was honest with you, when I came to Overland Park, I had the expectation that, hey man, I know what I'm doing. I've been in ministry for a long time, and we're going to blow this thing up. It's going to take us about 5 months. Well, it's been 5 years, and this is the first time in 5 years that we as a team have been able to flex the muscle of a congregation to rally behind a project of this magnitude. And the reason it's we couldn't do it before is because you got to have mass. You got to have the people around to be able to do it. And so when the Scripture teaches us that He supplies seed to the sower and He'll enlarge the harvest, I think it's important for us to think, okay, well, if I'm starting with a few seeds here, I got to plant these plants. These plants got to grow up. They're going to produce seed, from which I'm going to take that seed and I'm going to put it back in the ground. I'm going to take another season. I'm going to end up with more seeds the next year because I have more plants. And it takes a little while for you to get up to the mass that you need, or the content of seed, before you get to a major harvest. So I think we need to be optimistic. I think we need to be idealistic, but I also think we need to be realistic, because we want to be optimistic about the harvest itself when it comes in. That's what keeps us motivated, is the hope of the fulfillment of experiencing that blessing of that harvest. But there are a lot of days of frustration. There are a lot of days where you're just waiting on the plant to grow before it begins to produce the seed. And then there is the work of getting ready for the next season of growth. I think this is true for us, whether it be in our relationships, if you're trying to advance something in the kingdom for a ministry. I hope that as a believer, that if you have a business, you see your business as a kingdom business and you're trying to advance that even for the benefit of the kingdom. But you got to be realistic. You got to know that there are a lot of frustrations. And even in all the stories of, like, we look at the Life Church model, maybe, and we see that Craig Groeschel, man, he's leading this incredibly amazing organization. The truth of the matter is, man, we don't know about all the frustrations. We don't know about all the pain. We don't know about all the difficulties that people who are leading things of any nature, it doesn't matter what it is, they're going through tough times in order to be able to reap the harvest. And so for us, things have moved a little slower, but it's exciting to see a harvest come in. And we believe that there's even a greater harvest for us in the future. But we're really optimistic about that. And we're going to let that hope motivate us and carry us. But we're also going to be realistic. Like we're going to realize, hey, we're going to take another step, and we're going to keep working. We're going to put our shoulder to the plow, as Jesus said, and we're not going to look back, and we're going to reap another harvest. And we're going to go through frustrations. We're going to go through pain. We're going to experience loss. But we know that we can claim the truth of this verse, that the harvest is coming in. So as you go through life, like, and you're living out this week, like whatever it brings to you, don't be intimidated by the frustration. Don't be discouraged because things aren't happening as fast as you want them to happen. Because God is molding and shaping your character and even all that's happening around you and the people around you to prepare you for the harvest that He's going to bring in. And I think the most important thing in all of this is that it's all about patience, because you can't make seed grow. You can only take care of it and nurture it. And God is the one who has to make the seed grow. And we're called on to be patient, to be faithful, and to be the people of God who are optimistic and believe that He's going to bring in that harvest of righteousness. So keep your head up, keep looking toward the Lord to bless your work, and know that the harvest is coming. And don't discount the value of the pain that you're experiencing, the frustration you may experience in the midst of waiting on that harvest to come in. Have a great week. We'll see you next time.